Hello everyone, this is Gary, and today we're looking at 4 leadership tips for managers. In other words, how to be a better leader. Now I know how it is, you're a manager of a team or a department, maybe you're running your own business and you are just aware, maybe from your own reading, maybe from your own personal professional development program, or maybe just from what others are saying, that leadership is a key part of being a good manager. And you want to know, well, how do I take this forward? Well, there are 4 areas where you need to concentrate and where you need to maybe get better training, maybe go on some courses and improve your skill set. And those are the 4 leadership tips that I'm going to cover in this video. Broadly, by way of introduction, it's all about setting the right tone for the team. That's what leadership involves. It's recognizing that sometimes you can lead by indirect means. You don't have to lead from the front all of the time. Indeed, it's probably best not to. And there are techniques and methods for making sure you lead, but you lead indirectly, as I put it. The second is that sometimes you just don't take the lead at all. It is sensible to step back. Maybe within your team you've got people who have expertise, better expertise than you, and so you've got to work with them. Maybe you've got to delegate things to them. Maybe you've got to trust your team and show that you have trust in them, so you don't take the lead for some particular elements. And then finally, well, you may be the leader, but that doesn't mean you know everything. So the 4th thing is really to think about collaborating more with your team, with other managers, maybe with external experts, in order to make sure that together everything is achieved, that together you achieve more, as they say. And those are really the areas I want to cover. So, without further ado, and with bated breath, as I say in all good videos, let's just get into it. Okay, so let's get into it. We're looking at 4 leadership tips for managers. In other words, how to be a better leader. And my advice is always read the small print. So, first tip is you must set the tone. You are the manager, you are the leader of the team. Being a leader involves setting the tone. So that means you need to be upbeat, you need to inspire enthusiasm, create that vision, that energy that drives a team forward towards a common goal. And you need to share that common goal with the members of your team. Next, that you can lead by indirect means. In other words, being a leader does not mean you have to be taking the lead all the time. There are more subtle and indirect means of taking the lead. In other words, you can listen actively. What we mean by active listening, it means you talk to members of your team, you take notes, you read back to them what you understand their views to be. That is active listening, and it leads them forward. You can lead indirectly by building trust through positive relationships. It doesn't mean running forward and taking the lead in a direct way, but indirectly building positive relationships. And finally, by seeking feedback and input from team members. And in that way, you build trust. You build that sense of being part of a team, and that's an indirect means of being a leader and leading the way. Next, well, there are some occasions when you do not take the lead, because being a leader involves clearly sometimes stepping back. And when is that? Well, it is when you are training a team member. If you tell them what to do all of the time, then you are not enabling them to develop as a team member, and the training is not working. When else do you not take the lead? Well, when a team member knows more than you. Let's be honest, your team members will have expertise, they may have experience, they may have knowledge that you do not have. And clever, sensible, smart leader makes full use of the expertise within its team and among its team members. And finally, when don't you take the lead? Well, you don't take the lead when you are delegating a task. By definition, if you are delegating, then you are leaving that task to others. Now, let's be clear, delegating is not abdicating. You still are responsible, but you don't have to take the lead. Next then, well, you have to recognize you don't know everything. So, what does that mean? It means that you must collaborate and work with your team. You don't have the answers all the time, but in taking a lead and being a leader, you can collaborate with your team and get the answers that you don't otherwise have. You can collaborate with other managers. In other words, within an organization, there are often other teams managed by others, and collaborating with them will help you to do the things you need to do as a leader. And finally, you need to collaborate with external expertise. You don't know everything, so there are occasions when being a leader involves coordinating, organizing, and collaborating with the external experts, getting the right input at the right time to successfully achieve that common goal. And being a leader, well, it is as easy as that. Okay, so that was 4 leadership tips for managers. I hope that's been useful in helping you to develop some ideas to go forward as a manager and to be a better leader of your team, department, or your business. If you've got this far, well, thanks very much for watching. And by way of recap, we looked at 4 key areas. The first one is that you must set the right tone, upbeat, inspire enthusiasm, and make sure that you share that common goal that you need to have to work together as a team that you are leading and managing. Second area is it's possible to lead by indirect means. You don't have to be leading from the front all the time. And indeed, if you actively listen, if you build trust through positive relationships, and you get feedback and input from your team members, well, that's an indirect way of leading because it shows that you are a good leader and you listen to what your team members are saying. The third area we looked at was that sometimes you don't take the lead at all. There are just some areas where you're training a team member, so you've got to step back, or you're delegating a task. You've got to allow the team member to work on that with supervision and help. And sometimes the team member just knows more than you. So the fourth area was, well, you may be the manager, you may be the leader, but that doesn't mean you know everything, nor indeed should you. So collaboration was the key to all of that, with your team, with other managers, and with external expertise where it's relevant. And if you can do those 4 things, well, being a leader as well as a manager will be as easy as that. So if you like this video, well, please mark it as a like. And if you want to see more videos like this, then please subscribe. Apart from that, all that is left for me to say is thanks very much for watching, and bye for now.